Hi guys, welcome back to YouTube channel of Literary Milestone. And if you're for the very first time, I would like you all to subscribe to the channel. Before we begin, if you don't know about LMBH, so basically we are a book house publishing platform and we focus on helping authors to build their complete literature journey from publishing to editing their books, book promotion, interviews, and events. So basically it is an author-centric space and it is founded by our dearest Farah. Today on the panel, we have Miss Malini ma'am. We are glad to have you here. It's called You Had Me at.
Annyeong.
So I was not able to pronounce how I'm supposed to pronounce because it's my very
That's all
first
right.
time reading any Korean centered book. Annyeong. So you had me at Annyeong, and it's out, guys. So you can check it. So today we are going to interview her. Firstly, I would really love to appreciate that you look so beautiful.
Just trying to keep up with you youngsters.
I mean, really, your skin is so glowing, and actually, you look one of them.
That's very kind of you. I'm trying very hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like you're one of the characters from the book that came to life.
I really wish I were one of those characters and I were in Seoul right now, but unfortunately I'm not. I'm in Delhi breathing the brilliant air.
Uh,
So yes, my lungs are very happy. Yeah.
well, that's the same situation here at Mumbai. Nothing different. Nothing
Oh,
new.
oh no. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I wish we could all just move to a cleaner place, but unfortunately we're stuck here.
Yeah. So let's just start with this interview. Okay.
Yes, please.
The first question that I want to ask you, like for those like Malini, those who are discovering you for the very first time, like me, like people like me who are getting to know to you as an audience, how would you like to introduce yourself beyond just an author?
Just somebody who's hustling, somebody who's just trying to put their voice to good use. Now, I feel that, all of us have been sent to this planet. We've been given this life with some sort of gifts, gifts we may not even consider to be gifts. But, we have something special. All of us have something special. And it is on us to use this lifetime, which is a very finite, unfortunately, a very finite time on this planet. I think it's on us to find what that power is, what those talents are, and just put them to good use, which is honestly what I'm trying to do. That's all.
That's that's what literally everyone is trying to do, I feel. Figure
I
it out
hope
and
so.
moving
I
on.
hope so because it never ends, you're constantly work in progress, and there are things about yourself you will discover now, then in your 30s, in your 40s. It's this constant thing. And the whole idea is, whether you're an author, whether you're, a teacher, whether you're a corporate professional, whatever it might be, the idea is to just, I think, be better and do better and, be improved versions of ourselves every day. So that's what I'm doing. And whoever is going to meet me, I just hope, I want them to know that that's who I am, author, singer, etc., whatever comes much later. That's who I am as a human.
Yeah, we all try to be better version of ourselves. Yeah. So, like, when did writing and storytelling first enter your life? Like, how did you discover this?
Okay. Honestly, I think subconsciously I was doing it from a very young age. At home, I grew up as the only kid. And I grew up in, the late 80s, early 90s, when we would have very long power cuts and we would not have, any access to any sort of entertainment.
Okay.
So I remember, all of these hour-long power cuts, like hours long. I would just imagine myself to be someone else, cook up like this whole imaginary world, and have conversations, like full-blown dialogue. And I must have been what, 5 years old, 6 years old.
Oh,
I did not think of it as, somebody that was, I think, tapping into their storytelling talent. For me, it was just a way to kill time. And it was fun. Also because I didn't have a lot of friends. I had very I had parents who didn't, who were scared to let me out too often. So a lot of boomer parents are like that. And so I think I built this. I would every now and again build imaginary worlds, and I think that's where it sort of started. Then I remember I was in, I think I must have been in the seventh or eighth grade, and there were a couple of classmates of mine who wrote exceptionally well.
Oh,
They're both journalists now, exceptionally well. And I mean exceptional. There was such maturity in their writing beyond their years. And their writing really moved me. And I think I would not say I took it up as a challenge, but I wanted my writing to also have a similar effect on, those who would read. So I think I consciously then started, taking writing seriously from the time I think I was about 12, 13 years old.
okay.
That's when I started to read and consciously write.
Okay. So, your new book, You Had Me at
Mm,
so has,
Annyeong, yes.
yeah, it has such a unique cultural backdrop, and like, what sparked the idea of this story?
It was just my love for K dramas, honestly. The love was so deep, and these dramas have had such a profound effect on the person I am and how I think and how I view the world and how I view love, relationships, life. It seems silly when you say it, perhaps, especially to older people. It might sound very silly. How can TV shows affect you? But they
Right.
do. That's the power that the pen. That's the power the camera. These things hold. That's the power of storytelling.
True.
And it's just unfortunate that we are often unable to use storytelling to actually have a good effect, but it can actually spark change. And the change may not be at a mass level altogether at the same time, but when individuals get they are so deeply affected. I'm not kidding. I don't know if you watch these dramas, but I know of so many people who have, got such joy from this. And that was honestly what made me want to write a story in a similar setting.
Okay. Yeah, I have not watched a lot of, but there was this very famous K drama, I guess, The Business Proposal.
Ah, yes.
Yes, yes. I was,
It's very cute.
yeah, I was in so awe. And I think as an audience and a viewer, when we watch such amazing things, it definitely impacts us. And somewhere down the line, we Gen Z girls, we are like, you know what? We are craving this. Like we somewhere
I
start
know.
manifesting those things.
Absolutely.
The partner, the love story, the essence, like everything. I mean, that's so nice. And I somewhere feel that that's what you are trying to deliver.
And, just to take an example, um, before I started watching dramas, Japanese or K or whatever, from East Asia, I had a very myopic view of relationships when it came to age.
Okay.
And I would not say that I was an age shamer, but I always thought that a man should at least be as old as the woman in a relationship. K dramas changed it for me. Now, and I think that's a very liberating, progressive way, to think, because why should age really matter?
True.
I think it's misogyny and patriarchy, which makes us think that, oh, a man needs to be older or at least of the same age. No, why? Because mental maturity and where you are at, which stage you are at in life, age has not got anything to do with it. Like zero.
Yeah, because a lot of people,
Unless you're a minor and then it's just illegal, then that's wrong. But
yeah,
if between consenting adults, it doesn't matter, and it should not matter if your mental wavelengths they match, and you are compatible. And that was something that these dramas did for me, and for that I'm very thankful. I mean, this is just one example. There are plenty of other things which
true.
dramas have taught me, and it was only very natural for me to, incorporate everything that it had given me into what I wrote.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think age and maturity concept go hand in hand, because the
Not at all.
maturity and that emotional quotient does not relate to the age. A very younger person also has a developed maturity concept, but there are men who are so older in age and yet they lack emotional intelligence. They are so emotionally unavailable. So I don't think age matters.
Absolutely. Age does not matter at all, because honestly, what matters is, I think, one's lived experiences, and one could have lived a lot more at 18 than somebody, who's 50. Somebody who's led a very sheltered, spoon fed kind of an existence,
Yeah,
they would have not experienced life at all. They can be 60 years old also. They would have no idea what real life is like,
true.
because they've been served everything on a platter. And then you have somebody, when you have an 18-year-old hustler, they would naturally, possess maturity and wisdom that's far beyond their years. And that's honestly something that I lacked. And I learned it, I learned of it after I watched these dramas, and it was so refreshing for me, it was so refreshing.
Yeah.
Because it made me, it improved me as a human being, as a person.
Yes, because of such things, it affects us, and we become so much progressive in thinking, is what I feel.
And that is what I think any sort of storytelling should aim to do, It shouldn't, uh, it has to add some value. I'm not saying every book is going to teach you to be, a sage. That is not, that can't happen. But they should, they should either make you feel good, they should make you smile, or they should make you question, or they should make you think, or introspect. It has to add value in some way.
True.
And K dramas have added so much value to my life. There was no way I, could not. This is like, this is a very small way in which I have tried to repay, dramas, because they have just given me so much.
That's nice. So I know, like I am assuming you went into a lot of research while building this world for the book. So was there anything during your research that surprised you or shocked you, or it stayed
Mm,
something that stayed with you?
Shocked? Not really, because I'll tell you what stayed with me and what was really special was that our two cultures are very similar. In fact,
Oh,
Korea and India are more alike than we're different. In what sense? I'll tell you. So, Indian languages, when spoken, we tend to have a sing-song way of speaking.
yeah.
A lot of Indian languages. Uh, that's what happens there as well. Korean language is lyrical, and it is unlike, other Southeast Asian or East Asian languages. Their language is very similar. They have words, which are shared by a lot of Indian languages.
Oh,
Like for shiny skin, in Bengali we say chok chok,
okay.
and they say the same over there,
Oh,
chok chok, and it means the same thing as well.
that's nice.
Like in Tamil, you say amma, and there they say amma.
Oh,
Appa, it's appa in Tamil, appa there as well.
okay. I never.
So there are a lot of these, small similarity. There are Indian names, like the second lead in my book is called Meena. Meena is also an Indian name. So there are lots of these similarities. When it comes to food,
Hmm.
they eat rice
Yeah.
and greens, and they have kimchi. We have achar.
Achar.
Because they have fish. A lot of Indian states have a lot of fish. You live in Bombay.
Yeah.
All along the coastline, we love fish. So food habits are very similar. Um, Now coming to their history, both of us we share the trauma of separation,
Okay.
and both our lands were separated by an outsider.
Oh,
So, how Korea is split into North and South is how India also got split, right?
right.
During independence.
Yes.
So, our struggle for independence, again, very similar. Very similar. So our trauma is shared, our food is sort of shared, their culture, it is the same kind of bickering. There also parents, want their children to be first in class and, work a government job, etc., etc. Very similar. And that was so special for me, because when you're writing a cross culture story, it's a it's supposed to throw challenges, right? Because two cultures are usually very different, and then how do you sort of find a way to make
Yeah.
them meet? In this case, it became a challenge for me to find challenges. I was like, no, how do I find challenges? Because they're both so similar. We're both so similar.
So it's nice. A lot of Indian audience will be able to connect and will able to be. It will be a very
Yes,
relatable one.
yes, and I really hope there are that more of these stories are explored, because I have noticed that we don't write a lot of cross culture romance, uh, and if we do, they tend to be very too formulaic. Um, I really hope we explore more of these crossover stories, because if I mean, you read a lot, I'm sure, so you would know there are so many of these immigrant stories that a lot of very important writers they speak about, right?
Yeah.
Indians moving to the States. There's so much literature about Boston and San Francisco, and Indians over there and trying to find a life. But there are also all of these stories, a lot of these stories happening elsewhere, where which are happy, which are not about just struggle, but there are so many cross cultural love stories just waiting to be told, waiting to be told. I mean, the world has become so small.
Yeah.
People are falling in love, there's literally no boundaries anymore. And I really want to read more of such stories and see more of those stories on screen.
I hopefully you find more books like that.
I hope so.
Yeah. So the most important question. I mean, I guess a lot of people must have asked you, which is that one character from your book that is closest to your heart and why?
Closest to my heart would be Honey,
Okay.
because I wanted my book to be as inclusive as
Hmm.
possible without it sounding woke. I am I am I am quite anti woke culture.
Okay.
For me, something has to make sense, in order for it to be there, and not just because it is the progressive way to be. So how do I explain this? Like, I'm a staunch feminist. I am a liberal. I am a progressive. But you know, uh, just being inclusive because it is cool and because it will get me acceptance is something I am really against.
Okay.
So it was very tricky for me to include a queer character in a story which is essentially very hetero
Okay.
at the core, because it's all it's cisgender male meets cisgender woman, and it's a very straightforward hetero story that way. Now, I did not want a queer character to be part of the story just for the heck of it.
Okay.
You know, why is she there? Or, why are they there? And what is. Because a lot of times we tend to reduce queer characters to just a prop, right? And I didn't want that at all, because I have a lot of queer friends and I have been an ally for as long as I can remember. So it was very important for me that, she play a very important role and where everybody roots for her. The number of straight people that have told me that they love her and that they want justice for her and that they want a spin-off book about her where her story and her love life and her journey and her adventures are spoken about because she's such a lovely character, and for me she's the literal embodiment of all the goodness and all the good things and all the joy that all my queer friends have brought into my life. And it was like, my tribute to each of them. She's exceptional. She's an exceptional character. Everybody loves her.
Can't wait to read. Can't wait to meet her. Okay. So, like this book, if this book were to be adopted into a visual story, what kind of vibe, what kind of genre, what kind of details you would love to, visualize? You would like
Um,
to have.
when you read the book, you will see it's structured like a teleplay.
Sorry.
So, please don't worry about it.
Sorry, I
Are you
guess
there?
it's reconnecting. Just
Oh, okay.
give me a minute.
Sure. Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah. I guess it's now okay. You able to hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this question again. So your book,
Sure.
if it is were to be adapted in a visual story, so what kind of vibe, genre you would love to have, or you would love to picturize it into?
Right. Now the book, when you read it, you will see it's structured like a teleplay. So just like, shows that we watch, they
Hmm.
are, split into various segments.
Hmm.
And it doesn't, these segments, each episode, now these segments don't follow any sort of a chronological order, right?
Okay.
Because the locations will change, the point of view will sometimes change. It's structured exactly like a show would be. So when you're
Ah.
reading it, the
Huh.
best way to enjoy it is to actually imagine that you're watching a K drama. It is like a K drama that is, in a book format. It is literally that. Forget a K drama, any sort of a show, any sort of a romance show. Just imagine that, you're reading it and then just try to visualize it. So it was, when I wrote it, that's how I wrote. I imagined that I was watching a show, like a fun rom-com, show that I was watching. And that's how I wrote it. So if you ask me to, imagine how a screen adaptation would be like, well, you have my answer. That's what I would want of it. I would want it to be on, the small screen. Um, and the genre is, it's a rom-com. It's an out and out feel good, hilarious, sensitive, sweet, joyful story. So that's pretty much, yeah, what I expect, the screen adaptation also to be like.
Give me a moment. I guess it's not reconnecting. Am I audible to you now?
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, are you back? Are you back?
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible
Hello,
now?
Yashita.
Sorry. Hi.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
I think
losing
it's
connection.
you.
But yeah.
You did mention, yes, that your network is a little iffy.
Yeah, I'm shooting from my hostel. So I'm not sure.
Oh, oh, I'm
It's
so
like
sorry.
overall,
Oh, I thought you were a local. You're not from Bombay?
I'm from Mumbai. I'm a qualified advocate and I'm currently pursuing my master's in corporate law.
So you're from Bombay, but you live in, why are you in a hostel then?
Because my
Don't you miss being home?
I miss home, but my currently I'm studying at Amity University in Mumbai itself, but it's
Oh,
outskirts. So daily it was 9 to
so the
5
travel is going to be too much. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because the campus is huge, so
yeah.
I have to travel back and forth, and I'm doing my legal research as well.
Oh, no, no, the lesser time you take commuting, the better. And Bombay traffic is, I lived in Bandra for 10 years. And for those 10 years, I did not move outside of Bandra. Anybody wanted to hang out, I would say, bhai, come here. I am not going anywhere.
Yeah, and
It is impossible.
traveling via road is so very difficult, and then train also it sucks. So I'm like, my college is in Panvel, outskirts of
Oh,
Panvel. So
but it's so pretty.
yeah, it's very nice.
And
In winter
and
you
the air is also clean and all.
feel like very nice. So that's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah.
staying at hostel.
The Panvel CBD area is so nice. All of that entire stretch is so nice.
Yeah, basically the Palm Beach Road, and I mean Navi Mumbai whole
Yeah.
is very pretty.
I don't know what they're doing to Bombay. They've turned it into a nightmare. But anyway, that's a separate topic.
Okay, coming to the next question, coming to why a penguin? Like, how did this book came into your life?
Why a penguin is not my book.
Sorry, then, why
I
then?
think those
I
questions, I
guess
have no
why
idea.
Penguin Publications, I guess. Okay, let
Oh,
me reframe the
oh,
question. Let
that's
me
all
reframe.
right.
My bad. Let me reframe the question. So,
And they're called Penguin Random House, just in case.
yeah,
That's the
Penguin
full name.
Random House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, who does not know about them? So, coming to why you chose Penguin a Random House for your publication.
I didn't choose them. They chose me. They acquired my book. So what happens in publishing is, I mean, there are different ways to publish, I'm sure, and there are ways that I do not know of because this was my first. So I wrote my manuscript. I finished it. I sent it in to an agency.
Okay.
And the agency, there are a lot of lit agencies in India right now, and they receive a lot of submissions. And they then read. My agency did the same. They read my book. They read, they read it, and they took their own time. Then they decided to take it up.
Okay.
So once they represented me, they then took the manuscript and they said, okay, now we are going to pitch to publishers. And they said, okay, let's first pitch to Penguin Random House. Let's send them the book and see what they have to say. Okay, great. Sure. So they sent it to Penguin and not to anybody else. And I think Penguin took about 4 weeks to read the book, 4 or 5 weeks to read the book. And then they acquired it. Then they said, okay, we are going to publish it. And yeah, that was
Yeah, that's
that.
nice. This is my personal favorite question that I like to ask
Yes,
and
please.
every author.
Yes, please.
How do you guys deal with the writer's block when it hit you?
Mm, okay, so when I was writing the first draft, I did not have any block. So I wrote about 60,000 words nonstop.
Oh,
It was done. And then what happened was I took a break. It took me about 5, 6 months to write that. And then I took a long break to get back to singing. Now I sing. That's how I earn my dough. That's how I pay my bills because writing does not pay bills. Um, so I took a break and I was touring a lot. I had a lot of gigs, etc. And the book sort of just stayed in that first draft stage. And then I went back to it after like a year's break, and I said, okay, abhi to isko to we have to do something about it. लिख दिए हैं इतने सारे words. I don't want to just sit on it. Then I had to flesh out, bits because it needed improvement.
right.
And to write the next 40, 50,000 words, that took me about 3 months. And it was just sheer grit because I did not want to write. I did not want to write anymore. Why? Because the crux of the story was already done, right?
Yeah.
So all the fun parts were done. All the twists and turns and end and climax and this and that is done. Now all the boring parts have to be put together. Elaborate karo, ye karo, wo karo. Add add to the mood, add to the background, the setting, and all of that. These are details that nobody really likes to write about because When you're shooting, it's fun to shoot,
Yes.
trees and the sea and all of that, right? But then when you're writing, you don't want to sit and write about, oh, I could see like how
I get your point.
I like, I am somebody who really enjoys writing dialogue and watching their characters grow and evolve and lead the story. For me, the setting is not so important in the sense, whether it is night or day, or whether the tree is swaying, whether the breeze is, light or strong, is not that important. It is important, it has to be, because it helps in building the atmosphere. But those details are not so fun to write.
Yeah.
So I would not call it writer's block, but I was just genuinely bored. So I did not want to write. But what I did was I just sat down, I would switch my laptop on and I would start to write. There were days when I would write, 5,000 words, delete every single word the next morning because it would have invariably been trash. But I kept doing it, I just kept doing it. And then ultimately one day I got into the flow and I was like, oh, okay, chalo, this is also not so bad. This can also be fun if I think of it as fun. So what was inhibiting me was me just thinking ye to boring hai.
Mm-hmm.
So that had to happen. Once I found, the pulse,
Hmm.
it was, smooth sailing from then on. So I guess even when it comes to, a writer's block, I think this is what helps. You just have to turn this into a habit. You can't depend on just being inspired and motivated and all that. Motivation is not what is, going to keep you
Right.
ticking. If you want to be a regular writer, now if you want to just do it as a hobby, yes, of course, then it is completely driven by your mood. Acha, aaj mujhe man kar raha hai, so I will write. Aaj mujhe man kar raha hai to do this, I will do that. But if you are going to call yourself a writer, an author, whatever, then you have to do it. Discipline. Yes. I'm not great at it, but yes, that's what really matters.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Okay. So, are you currently working on any new project? Like, can our readers expect something new?
Yes, yes, yes. Now the intention, the hope was, to have something out in 2027, because I can't write very fast. A lot of writers, they do. Some people publish 2 books in a year. Some people a book every year. I can't do that. And I also tend to write a lot.
Okay.
Like I really admire writers, who are able to write like a 60,000 word novel and convey their, every intent and every intention, and it doesn't feel incomplete. If you were to ask me to write You Had Me at Annyeong in that many words, it would be incomplete. Like, I am that sort of writer, who ends up writing a lot. Like, I'm a descriptive sort of a writer. So it's impossible. But I do hope I'm able to, put something out in 27. There are a couple of stories I've been working on, but I just haven't had the time to sit down and write, because I thought I would after this book was out. But unfortunately, I think writing is the less important part of being an author these days. It's about having to sell your book. Yeah, so now I'm a salesperson. I'm trying to sell this book, and yeah.
All the best for your future. I hope you achieve whatever you're looking for. So, with this, we can conclude our interview questions, but I have few rapid fire questions for you. So, you have to answer it very quickly.
Sure.
Okay, book or movie?
Oh God, I will try.
Book or movie?
Book book with a film, a screen adaptation.
A
Yeah.
book that
Why have one when you can have both?
a book that stayed with you forever.
Oh my God. The Interpreter of Maladies. Yeah.
Okay, one word to describe You Had Me at Annyeong.
One word. Joyful.
Okay, if not author, what?
Actually, no. Even. Joyful or unique is also a good word to describe it. It's a one of its kind book.
Okay, if not an author, what you would have been?
I am a singer already, so that's like two things. I'm already two things at the same time. If I am a third thing, I don't know. Maybe a sportscaster, newscaster, or
Oh,
something.
nice. One thing you absolutely need while writing.
Quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last question, one thing you want in your fictional men. One quality.
One.
Yeah. Like वो तो होना ही चाहिए
Oh
उसमें.
God.
Like that is a must.
Mm, kindness.
Yeah.
Not just in my fictional men, but also in men in general, or humans in general. I want kindness because it doesn't cost a dime. It doesn't cost a thing, right? And yeah, I think it's the sexiest, attribute one can have to be kind.
Yeah, well, with this, I can tell you that we can conclude this session. It was really fun to have this wonderful chat
Yes.
with you, and I got so many insights.
Thank you,
You
Yashita.
are really a lovely person to have a conversation with. And yeah,
No, I had the best time chatting with you. Thank you. I hope you'll read the book
I
and
will.
it'll bring you joy.
Because the way you have portrayed it and pictured it, you surely have me got hooked. So yeah, I'm gonna go and read it, and I'll definitely
Please
ping
do.
you and let you know my views on that.
Please, please do. I really hope it brings you joy. Honestly, I that's all I want from the book and for everybody that reads it. I honestly just want everybody to smile when they read it. That's all.
Yeah, so that's all for the day. I hope you all enjoy and do subscribe to Liter Milestone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.